Good morning, welcome. We are officially here for day one of our Six Figures with Soul 5-day challenge. I am really excited to be here. I have got some fantastic content lined up for you this week that I think you're really going to love, and is really going to actually make a difference to you taking steps forward in your business and starting to get those results you desire and absolutely freaking well deserve. So as you're hopping on, good morning. It's amazing to see you. It would be lovely if you fancy saying hello. Tell me how you're feeling. If you're watching the replay, feel free to still type in the comments as we go. You can always actually ask questions in the group if anything comes up, or if you're a bit like Claire, I don't understand this, or what about this? So really feel free to use this week, to use this space, so we can create some deep, awesome, kick-ass transformations in your business. Give me a hell yes if you're feeling ready for that. So, my gosh, I was running a bit late this morning, so let me let's get into the groove. Let's focus. Let's get ready to rock this place. So, visibility with ease and the claiming of your throne. That is what we're diving into today, because once you've got your vision, once you feel that calling, once you're like, hell yes, I want to do this, the thing that has to happen so the world sees you, so the world knows that you exist, so that people can actually buy and get the help they need from you, is that you need to be visible. But there are so many different layers to visibility, and we can be so freaking good at holding ourselves back when it comes to creating the visibility that we need in our business to bring in those soul clients and really do our purpose work. So this is what we're diving into today. Those of you who have not done a challenge with me before, the way this is going to work is every single day this week, we are going to be deep diving into one essential element of you really growing your business and taking it forwards. And there's going to be actions that you can take right now. So this isn't just show up, listen, do nothing. This is show up, be present, choose to make a real commitment to yourself and your business this week, so that you can really start working towards those results that you want and actually see changes now. Feel those changes within you as you take action this week, as you kind of have those little aha moments and new things slot into place, that there's new awareness and new knowledge that comes through. Choose to make you a priority and your business and your dreams a priority, knowing that you get to do this, that vision is yours for a reason, that you wouldn't have it and you wouldn't feel that calling, you wouldn't be here in this space now if you couldn't literally create all that you have in your head and in your heart and really make that bigger impact and the income that goes along with it. So that is what we're going to be diving into. We are going to have one hell of an epic week this week. You will get to know me. You'll have plenty of time to ask questions, to go deep, but most importantly, to actually make those shifts for yourself in your business as we move forward. So what I would love you to do is say good morning to me. Tell me where you're listening from, because it's always lovely to see where everyone is. I can see there's lots of good mornings coming through, which is amazing to see. I'm so excited that you're all here. Yay! Those of you who actually signed up for this challenge, what's going to happen is every single day this week, you're going to get an email from me that has a replay, that has questions, that has maybe other little bonuses that are going to support you in actually taking everything that we talk about and implementing it in your business now to start getting the results that you want. I come from two very strong places. I'm all about the soul and the strategy. I believe that we need to be taking action from that place of who we really are. We get to do our purpose work. We get to do the thing that lights us up. We're all born with these beautiful gifts inside of us, and they're there for a reason. And I think that in our businesses, what more perfect thing could we be doing than actually utilizing our gifts to make a beautiful impact in the world? So I really do believe that it is about that soul alignment. It is about tapping into your purpose work. It is about trusting the universe and operating from abundance and tapping into flow so that it can all happen with more ease. But it's also about showing the hell up, right? I do not believe in just having the vision and sitting back and saying, well, the universe will allow me to do it. The universe will allow you to do it, but we get to actually make the most of this human experience. You know, we are spiritual beings, but we are also in a human experience right now. And so I believe that it's our duty to live that experience fully, to get out there, to take the action, to love the process, to really enjoy every single day that you get to wake up and grow your business big time. So yes, it's all about the soul alignment. It's all about operating from flow. It's all about trusting and knowing that life is working for us, but it's also about how am I showing up? How am I choosing to leap to the next level? How am I taking my vision and actually making it a reality? How am I showing up in all of my greatness? And how am I making it easy for myself? By creating strategies that I can rerun, that I can tweak, that I can play with, so that actually we're not working in our businesses 24/7, because I don't know about you, but I've got a whole life to live as well as a beautiful business to run, and I want the two to work perfectly together. You know, I've got 3 children, I've got 3 crazy animals, and so pretty much like you, I want it to flow, I want it to feel easy, and I want to make a huge impact with my work. Give me a hell yes if you have that feeling too. Is that where you're coming from? That yes, you want it to feel easy, you want it to flow, you want it to feel purposeful, but you also want to make a huge, beautiful difference, and of course get to receive, because I imagine there's a lot of you here, and tell me if I'm right, I imagine there's a lot of you here who are amazing at what you do. You put your heart and soul into your business, but you probably don't receive the income that you absolutely deserve for the work that you put in, because you probably charge not enough money anywhere near it. You probably don't honor your boundaries because you want to give and give and give because it feels good, and you want to help because you know that you can. And so because of those 2 things, you find that all the time you're the person supporting so many other people, but you're not actually receiving as richly as you could be. For using these gifts, for actually doing your purpose work, because I think that that's one of the traps we can really fall into as change makers, as people who really want to make a difference, as heart-led entrepreneurs. We can get ourselves really stuck and end up operating from that cup empty place because we've given and we've given and we've given, and we haven't received enough received enough back in return. And it works both ways, right? Energy, it's a give and take, it needs to be balanced. And so we're going to really be talking about this week how you can receive more for this awesome, beautiful work that you're doing. I can see all these gorgeous comments coming through, which are lovely, from London, from Cornwall, from stormy Spain, from Northern Ireland. Absolutely see them all. Loads of hell yeses. That's gorgeous. You are in the right place. You need to value your time more. Absolutely. Yes. Hell yes. Okay, so we're going to be diving into all of that and more this week. What did I want to share with you? So you're in the right place if you want to make a bigger impact and a bigger income to go with it. You want to operate from that heart space. You want to make a difference. You care about what you do. You care about your clients. They are not just numbers for you, but you also know that this needs to be easier and you need to receive more for the work that you're doing. You aren't afraid to do the work. And what I mean by that is, I remember when I first took my business online, which was about 5 years ago, I was really scared of being visible. And so what I would do, I was really good at telling myself I was doing all the work. Let me just turn my lights a bit because I feel, am I a bit dark? Sorry, I won't give you all a flash of cleavage as I do that. I've just turned my lights, so hopefully that's better. What I mean by that is I was scared of being visible. And so I was sitting there, I would take myself off to the day for coffee shops and other things. And I would be like, right, I'm doing all the work. And I would watch all these webinars and I'd watch all this free training and I'd create all these like handouts and steps and freebies and all kinds of things. But I would never share them because I felt like they weren't quite good enough. I was in that like perfection mode, and my perfection was stopping me from actually making any impact, let alone the impact that I really dreamed of and desired. And so it's really important that we actually get out, if I can speak, of our own way, do the work and choose to show up for ourselves. And what I mean by that is we want to go to bed at night going, yes, I won at life today. I freaking aced life today, because we know that we showed up for ourselves, showed up for our message and our vision, and that we operated from that place of love and abundance and just, enjoying all of life. Right. So as I was saying, it's about the doing and it's about the being. It's about the strategy and it's about the soul. It's about the masculine and it's about the feminine. And to get the results that we want in our business, but in life in general, it's about these two sides of ourselves, and we all have the two aspects dancing together in this beautiful dance, so that we can take the action and implement the strategies, but we can do it not from a place of painting by numbers or thinking that this is the way it should be done, or from push or from misalignment, or because we're told if you want to get these results, then this is what you have to do. We actually want to create those soul aligned strategies, and we want to show up in a way that feels really authentic and really soul filling. And some of this is the stuff that I want to dive into today to really unlock some of this further. I have made notes. And that, which I don't normally do at all, to be honest, but I had so much running around my mind today. I was like, okay, let's create it in some kind of order, because I have got loads that I want to share, and I don't want to take up too much of your time, because we can go for hours, but lots of you have probably got all kinds of things you need to actually take action on. Okay, so those of you who don't know me, I've just realised I haven't actually introduced myself. I'm Claire McPherson. I am a business coach, but I am a soul-led business coach. I'm all about us doing our purpose work, unleashing our gifts into the world, and receiving richly for what we do, from a place of wanting to make a beautiful impact and a fantastic income to go with it, so that we can live life to the fullest. I am a bit crazy. I am a bit chaotic. I've got 3 amazing children, 3 crazy pets. I'm very real and down to earth. If you find me in the street, you'll probably find me wearing leggings and looking a bit of a mess, because I am all about feeling comfortable in my own skin. And so, as I say, you will either love me or hate me as we go through this week. I have got high energy, and I really hope that this energy pulls you up and motivates you this week. And one of my most important things are we get to be fully ourselves in our businesses. And at the beginning of my business, I really struggled to do that. I kept following all the experts, and I would watch and think, well, that person is doing it that way and they're getting the results, so maybe I should do that. And I was basically growing my own business, or trying to grow my own business, from a place of fear and scarcity and not enoughness. And that's one of the biggest things I see in heart-led entrepreneurs who want to make a difference, who really want to, help and support other people. It's really easy to get pulled into this place of lack and scarcity and doubt and not feeling enoughness. And so actually it was when I did a huge amount of inner work that I started to shift and realize, hang on a minute, I want to do this being 100% myself. And I believe that actually, and it was absolutely true for myself, it's how I built my own business to 6 figures, is that I chose to be imperfectly perfect, to decide to actually love all the crazy chaoticness within myself, and just to be fully me. And when we make that decision in our businesses, business gets to be easy, because going live, we're not trying to put on a false front. We're not trying to be perfect. You will find that, yes, I talk fast, so fast, in fact, that sometimes I fall over my own words. It's ridiculous. But it comes from that place of just feeling so excited to be here, to share this with you. It's from that excitement of getting to wake up in the morning and be me and do the work that lights me up. So it's about, I really believe, at the very core of it, accepting ourselves fully, accepting our flaws, accepting our imperfections, and remembering that that's what makes us human, which is what this life is all about. Instead of trying to be perfect, instead of waiting until we feel ready, instead of putting yourself in a box when you don't fit inside a box, because you are freaking amazing and glorious and probably a bit crazy and quirky as well. And it's about embracing all of that and showing up in your business being 100% you, because then it just flows and life is easy and you start receiving absolutely what you deserve. So let me teach you how to freaking well do that this week. So when it comes to our businesses and growing our businesses big time, there are 3 essential results. This is probably not a surprise to you. You probably heard this before, but we're going to go deeper into this, okay? So the 3 essential elements are, number 1, magnetizing with your message. It's about knowing beneath kind of soul clients and that kind of thing, what's the message that really sits at the heart of your business that you want to share to the world, that you want people to know and understand, especially those soul clients of yours, and it will transform how they live their life or how they solve their problems, how they do the thing that you most help them with. So magnetize with your message. I'm going to be going deeper into this, but the way that you magnetize with your message is that you do not hold your message back. You practice speaking your truth. And the more you dig down into that and give yourself full permission to speak that message, the bigger impact it will have. So that's the first one. The second one is captivating people with your content. What that means is actually showing up and helping and supporting, showing that you can help your soul clients solve the problem that they have by connecting with them, showing up, getting to know them, giving them content, helping them. You know, one of the things that I do regularly in my business are these challenges. The reason that I love these challenges is, number one, I get to actually make a difference. I can put my message out there. In this week, I know I can support all of you a huge amount towards actually really moving your business forwards and starting to claim how freaking amazing you are and the difference that you're really making. Secondly, I know that it's by showing up and giving this content and being here fully and really connecting fully with you all, that those people who want to move forwards and then work with me will know that I'm the right person to do it. So it's not coming from a place of scarcity. It's not coming from a place of, oh my gosh, I need to sell and da 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 da. It's coming from a place of knowing that I can show up, I can give value, I can be me. And those of you who go, hell yes, I want more, I want Claire to really help me hands-on in my business move forwards to that six figures, then you'll know that it's aligned and you'll know it's the right fit. And so giving that content, actually supporting our clients is key. And it will, and when you do that from a place of soul alignment, from a place of being all you, from a place of really speaking your truth, not putting yourself in a box or not thinking it should be this way, you will be captivating, because of course you're captivating, right? And then the third thing is selling with soul and certainty. Selling with soul is not about selling from that fear-based place. It's not about being the business that goes, oh my God, you've got to do this, otherwise literally the world will end. Or, you know, it's not that place of push and discomfort and ickiness. Selling with soul is coming from a place of really owning the value that you give to your clients, the difference that you can make, and knowing that actually it is your job, it is essential that you sell to your soul clients, because they need your help. And if you don't sell to them, they're going to stay stuck where they are. And for your soul clients, you are the best person to support them in moving forwards. And the other part of that I added in with certainty, because as women, sometimes we can lack that certainty that we need. We question ourselves far too easily, which in some ways is great because it means that we keep on growing and keep on moving forwards. But at the same time, each and every one of you are freaking amazing. You are powerful. You are change makers. And it's time to own that on a whole new level. So there are 3 essential ingredients, and we're going to be talking in more depth about those this week. However, take a breath, Claire. However, any good chef will tell you that the way you make an incredible dish is not simply about having the right ingredients. It's about how you use those ingredients, how you combine those ingredients to create magic and to create incredible results. That dish that is delicious and incredible and mind-blowing. And so what I want to do this week with you is not just talk about these 3 essential ingredients that you probably already know. I want to go deeper and actually look at, well, how do you make this an art? How do you become the chef of your own business that creates these incredible, mind-blowing dishes that your soul clients absolutely desire and want right now? Does that sound good? Does that sound good? I can see there's lots of other comments coming through. Please do, like, as we go through today, if you've got questions, put them in. If you've got comments, put them in. What I haven't told you yet, and I really need to include before I dive more into this content, is every single day this week there is a chance to win some prizes, and the prizes are some of my courses that you can work through by yourself. They're worth a few £100, so it's definitely worth doing this. These are the 3 steps in order to do it. Number 1, You need to like every video this week. Number 2, you need to comment on every video this week. And number 3, you need to take that action from each day, because, as I said earlier, I don't want you to just watch this week. I want you to be in this and taking action around this. So I'm going to give you an action every day. It's going to be simple. It's not going to be super difficult, so don't worry. But I want you to do that action. And if you do all of that all this week, then I will be doing a draw beginning of next week, and some of you will be winning some of those gorgeous prizes. So like each video, comment on each video, and do the daily action task. Does that sound good? Who's excited about winning one of the prizes? And I'm going to tell you all about those later this week. Ellen, great energy and info. Claire, thank you, Ellen. It's lovely to see you here. It sure does. Yay, fantastic. Right, so we've got our essential ingredients. Let's go deeper. I want to start talking. Where should I put my paper? Hang on. Remove my paper, have a sip of coffee, and let's dive into actual content for today, because we haven't even started yet. I'm going to try and take a breath and bring it down a little bit, allow a little bit more flow in as my dog starts barking downstairs. Hopefully you can't hear her. Right, number 1, let's talk about being the lighthouse, not being the light boat. And I've used this analogy a little bit today. We're rolling with the analogy of being the lifehouse versus being the lifeboat. So go there with me. I just thought we'd deliver it in a slightly different way. So stop being the goddamn lifeboat when you were born to be the lighthouse. That's what I want to talk about. Here's the thing. This is what the lifeboat does. The lifeboat can only help one person at a time. The lifeboat zooms around the crazy ocean, up and down in the waves. It's traumatic. It's dangerous. It's damn well stressful. Searching. Where's the person who needs to be rescued? Where's the person who needs my help? It zooms over here and uses all its energy. It has to refuel. It zooms over here. Can you feel how goddamn draining it is to be the lifeboat? So why are so many people being the lifeboat in their businesses instead of being the lighthouse when you were born to be the lighthouse? The lighthouse, on the other hand, stands strong. It trusts that its light is bright enough to guide in those hundreds of thousands of different boats that are coming into the shore. It believes in its power. It knows that it shines brightly, and it is unapologetic about shining brightly. Which feels better? Which really, do you know, is by far the easier and more impactful way of growing your business? However, even though you know that, which are you currently doing? What I'd like you to tell me, which are you being right now? Be honest in your business. Are you being the lifeboat who is zooming around, using all her energy, trying to really help everyone, but doing it from that place of just using up all your own reserves all of the time, and only really being able to help, you know, one person? Or are you already being the lighthouse? I mean, I bet that there'll be a lot of people who are being lifeboats. I used to be a lifeboat all the time. So like, hands up, this was me. Let me know, type in the comments, are you the lifeboat or are you the lighthouse in your business right now? Okay, we've got lifeboat. Currently the lifeboat, yes. A bit of both, Elena, yes. And some people might be a bit of both. Lifeboat, leaky lifeboat. I love it, Yolanda. Lifeboat, yes. I'm the person drowning in the sea. Oh no, Lucy, we're going to change that this week. Let's change that. Being the lifeboat, wow, so wishing you want to be the lifehouse. Why do I keep saying lifehouse? Lighthouse, let's get it right, Claire. Okay, so yeah. Right? So can you see straight away, like, wow, what if instead of being the busy lifeboat, working your ass off, let's be honest, because you're juggling all the balls, you're doing everything, you're whizzing around in those big crazy waves, and you're probably scared to death because of it, not knowing what's happening next, because who knows what's beyond that next wave, right? Who knows what's going to happen? There's so much uncertainty and anxiety and stress in being the lifeboat, but we do it. Why do we do it? When actually you are absolutely a lighthouse. Imagine for a moment instead being the lighthouse, shining brightly, being unapologetic, standing strong, and therefore using far less power, but actually making a much, much, much bigger impact, so that you have space. You have space to grow. You have space to try new strategies. You have space to really look after your own energy and your own needs. That's what I want to talk about today. Yeah, I can see just there's all these comments coming through. It's like, wow, it's amazing, right? So here's the thing. Where's my little thing? I've got 3 things that I want you to think about. Actually, I want to read this to you. The lighthouse knows the impact its light can make and trusts and honors this. And that's what I want you to really remember. So this week and today, I want you to start feeling into the energy of being the lighthouse, the energy of knowing your impact and being unapologetic about your light and trusting and honoring it. So that instead of trying to grow your business from that place of scarcity and fear and should, actually you start realizing the incredible value that you have in you, the incredible value that you give to your clients each and every day. So point number 1 around being the lighthouse. Know the value of your light. And this is something I want you to do with me right now. I want you to tap into this now, right? So this is about the value that you bring your clients, really knowing and owning the value that you bring your clients. Now, some of you might just be getting started. And if that's the case, I want you to imagine, well, what is the value that I want to bring my clients? But lots of you here have already got a business. You know this, you can answer this. So in the comments, what I'd like you to put, or in your journal, if you want to be journaling on this instead, is how do you help and support your soul clients? How do you do it? I want you just to write this down and own it unapologetically. How do you currently help and support your soul clients? Let me have a little look. I'm going to guess there's always a little bit of a time delay. So I'll give you a moment to type those in. And the second question, I'm going to give both of them now and you can write them in, and then I'm going to talk about it a little bit while I start seeing the comments coming through, is why do they come to you? So first one, how do you help and support your soul clients in terms of how do you give that value, and why do they come to you? Like, why is it you that they choose? And I really want you to, I know that this is a bit where people start going, oh, I don't know if I want to type this in, but I want you to really own this. I want you to own your value unapologetically. I want you to realize the incredible value that you bring. I'll never forget a couple of years ago, probably about 4 years ago, it was certainly in that time when I was definitely, there was anxiety going on within me in my business. I could tell you my whole story around that, but I don't want to do that today. I want to stay focused on the content and really helping you move through this. But I will at some point tell you my story so you can get to know me and my own little journey a little bit. But I was at that point where I was feeling stressed. I was not owning my value, and I was really questioning, who am I to do this? That was one of my big things. Who am I to do this? Who am I to say that, or to charge that much money, or to do things in that way? And I had this picture of how I wanted my business to run. By the way, at the time I was not a business coach. I only became a business coach when I figured all this shit out for myself, and could actually really help people do the same. But so yeah, I was in that place of scarcity, and I read a book by Steve Chandler and Rich Litvin called The Prosperous Coach. And I remember I was sitting in a coffee shop, and I read, there was this one sentence that said something like, if a person was to stop and talk to a lamppost about all their problems and worries and what they're wanting and their desires, and have a full conversation with a lamppost, they would leave that conversation having had some aha moments and having moved forward with their problem. So imagine you are not a lamppost. You actually bring so much more to the conversation. Imagine the value you bring your clients. And I remember kind of laughing at that to begin with and being like, oh yeah, well, thank God I'm not a lamppost. But then I thought about it. I was like, actually, there's some truth in that. We can so easily put so much pressure on ourselves to be perfect and to overgive. And in that overgiving, what we're doing essentially is saying, I don't believe I'm enough. By giving more and giving more and giving more, we're saying, I don't trust everything that I already am, and I don't trust that by being me and doing the thing that's really fully aligned, that I can create incredible change in my clients. So when we overgive, we are growing that part of ourselves that feels not enough. Does that make sense? Let me see if there's some comments that have come through. Okay. Your passion and experience is how you help with your soul clients. Okay, being the roadmap to their light. I love it, because they trust me and know I'm fully invested. Yes, love this analogy. My work uses the waves metaphor. Beautiful. So I can be the lighthouse guiding them so that they won't need a lifeboat. Gorgeous, Lucy. I release female entrepreneurs from their limiting beliefs. Yes, of course. Discover their strengths and learn how to live. Shall I just start that again? Can I actually read? I release female entrepreneurs from their limiting beliefs, discover their strengths and learn how to live them in their life and business. Gorgeous. Non-judgmental space for rediscovery of who I really am. Key value is seeking to understand where the client is at, witnessing them. That's gorgeous. Helping clients to wake up to the magnificent people they are and the fabulous life they can create for themselves and others. I'm available to support after the consultation. Okay, amazing, right? So all of these, there's loads of gorgeous ones. Giving them the freedom and headspace to focus on activities that only they can do. Incredible. Help my clients find their voice. I love it. Provide value by helping them grow their business and reach them through goals. I love it. By being the light and sharing the light. Gorgeous. Inspiration and creativity. I have non-threatening energy. That's gorgeous. I keep saying gorgeous. Sorry. Help them discover their superpower for their next job interview. Connect people to their creative inner voice. These are just gorgeous things, right? Can you see how just separate yourself from the incredible work and the value that you give your clients, right? Just separate yourself for a minute and look at it from an observer perspective. Look at the incredible impact that when you do this work with your client, whatever it is that you do, when you think about the trajectory of their life, because of having that impact, because of working with you, because of doing, maybe even it's that one thing, imagine how the trajectory, if I can say it, of their life changes. I want you to tap into that incredible value that you give your clients right now, not from a place of overgiving, not from a place of thinking, oh, it needs to be more, not from a place of taking on their burdens and carrying them on your back, because that is not how we support people. That's being the light boat, not the lighthouse. Okay, I want you to start tapping into the value that you bring your soul clients daily in your business, because when we own our value, we are freed. We stop carrying the burdens. We stop overgiving. We stop questioning ourselves. We stop trying to be something that we're not, because we're constantly operating in this, oh my God, am I really good enough? I'm not sure if I am, kind of space. And instead, by focusing on the value that we bring and honoring that value and honoring ourselves, a shift starts to happen. And suddenly we start seeing ourselves more fully. We start seeing our own magic. We start seeing our light. And when we do that, our soul clients do that. Our community does that. Our soul clients, our community, the people in our space cannot see our greatness fully until we do. So the first thing that we need to do in ourselves is own our freaking greatness and own our value. And it's something to be tapping into and tuning into every single day. Does this make sense? Morning practice, 2 minutes, like a little prayer or something as you're in the shower or driving the car or whatever it might be, but tapping into the value you bring and reminding yourself. I kind of do it, that hands on the heart, deep breath, tapping into that emotion, feeling it, just being expansive and feeling huge gratitude for that at the same time. Okay, so that was the first one. The second part of being the lighthouse is the lighthouse is unapologetic about shining brightly. How many of you freaking amazing women here are actually apologetic about being so bright? How many of you have that moment of, well, maybe I'm being too much, maybe I'm too loud or too crazy or too chaotic or too organized or too this or too whatever? Like, what is the two that you say to yourself? By the way, what is the two that you say to yourself? So on one hand, before we had the not enoughness of not owning your value, right? Not seeing it. And now we have that that other side of the coin, right? The other side of the extreme, which is where we go, oh my God, like, who am I to say that? Who am I to be that visible? Who am I to think I can create that incredible vision? It's that whole like, oh my God, my dreams are too big, or like, who am I to do that? And it's really kind of given energy quite often by the people around us who love us, because they want to keep us safe, and so they can stifle us sometimes, and we can dim our light because we want to fit in. And we all know, I'll say this, but I know you will all know it. It goes back to those cave days, right? It goes back to those cave days where we needed to be accepted into the tribe. Don't shine too brightly. Don't be the tall poppy. I used to live in New Zealand, and over there they talk about tall poppy syndrome all the time. Don't grow too high, or when the mower comes, they will chop off your head. And so we have this like drilled into us in lots of not necessarily obvious ways. It's very quiet, and so we don't notice, and we seep it in over all the years of our lives, and till we're scared of shining brightly, and we dim our own light, and we'll say, oh well, it's not really that important, or it wasn't that brilliant, or oh yeah, thanks, but I didn't really do anything. And you know, that whole kind of thing. Or you have your message and you know you want to say something to your soul clients, to your people, to your tribe. Maybe you have that calling inside of you, but you go, oh my God, who am I to do that? Or I'll upset people. Or it ties into the whole like wanting to be liked and wanting to be accepted. But here's the thing, people will truly accept you, and you will truly find your tribe when you are unapologetic about who you really are, and you own your light fully. So my question around this is, how do you currently play small and dim your beautiful light? And that's what I'd like you to type in. How do you currently play small and dim your beautiful light? I want to see. Because here's the other thing with this. Some of you, I know, will have been doing this stuff for years probably. You might well help your clients with it, right? But it's life is like those, oh, what are those dolls called? The name's gone. You know, the Russian dolls. There's a proper name, but you know what I mean. The Russian dolls, and you take off one and there's a smaller one. You take off another and there's a smaller one. Well, it's a little bit like that, right? We do the work and we find a new layer, and we do the work and we find a new layer, and we do the work and we find a new layer. And that's how life unfolds itself beautifully. In every single layer, we go deeper and we get to be more of ourselves, but there's always another layer we can like lean into and unleash. Fear of being too much, too loud, especially on social media, being too in people's faces. Yeah, fear around it. I have big ideas, but talk yourself out of it, Holly. Wow. You charge less. Yes, Debbie. Deb, sorry, I'm assuming it's Debbie. I might be totally wrong. Manda, in supervision, I've apologized for being too hopeful for the client. Oh my gosh, yes. But it happens, right? We do it. Isn't it crazy? I'm not telling enough people what you can do for them. Yes, Emma, you hide. Yes, Diane. Yes, also being fear. You put people off by being too bright, so we play down our achievements and strengths. Yes. Voice is not strong enough. You sound unconfident. And it's like that cycle, right? Because it's by not really believing in yourself that you might not give yourself permission to allow that voice out. You probably strangle it and hold it tightly. By getting distracted by other commitments. Yes, I know lots of people do that one. Those distractions. Our ego is so clever, isn't it? But it's so clever, it pulls us off track and makes us realize that we don't realize we're dimming our light. We don't realize we're holding ourselves back and playing smaller and not being all of ourselves, because it's really good at giving us distractions or telling us there's something important over here, or totally taking our light away. Actually, our ego can flick the switch on our light so quickly. You visualize ideas but doubt this and don't follow through. How many of you, this is something that I used to do all the time. I've absolutely changed this now, and it's made a massive difference. And this is probably one of the key things that really did help me start leveraging my business in a whole new way. And this is the fact I've always had ideas. Like, I am very creative. Those ideas flow through me all the time, and I can get really excited about the ideas. I was the girl at school who was the daydreamer, because new ideas would fill my head all the time, but I wouldn't take action on any of them. Mainly because I would overwhelm myself. Which idea do I do? who has their ego doing that to them? There's all these ideas. How do I choose one? But then if I did choose one, I would talk myself out of it. Well, yesterday it seemed like a great idea, but actually in the light of day, there's this problem, there's this problem. What if people don't do that? People will never pay that much money. Why would people want that? What if it didn't help? What if I'm not good enough? Who am I to do that? And all of these things come up, and you end up not taking any action at all. And so staying stuck exactly where you are. So again, it's come up a few times over work. It's always your fiery, passionate side, the ranty side when you feel passionate, and then people, yeah, you worried of people judging it not being professional, not visible enough in your business. You don't share enough of your own experiences. Others in your field jumping on the bandwagon. People can never poach your clients. You can never lose. Here's a belief for you to take on board. You can never lose a soul client. No one can ever poach a soul client because they're a soul client. That's what makes them a soul client. The only way you can lose a soul client is if you don't show up for yourself and you put yourself in that box and you go to the shows and you dim your light. If you're shining your light brightly, you cannot possibly lose a soul client. You stop showing up, ego gets in the way. Yeah, there's awesome. I love all these. I'm going to probably have to come back and read some of these because otherwise I won't give you any more information. I'll just sit here reading them. Amazing comments. You get it though, right? You get this. So what if every day you were just to stop and think, how am I giving myself permission to shine my light more fully today, knowing that it does not need to be perfect, knowing that there are going to be people who don't like it, but actually every time you're out there enough that some people don't like it, it means you're doing a good job, because it means you are being visible, and your soul clients will love you for it, and your soul clients will really connect with you, and it will absolutely transform your business. And again, what this is really about is on a much deeper level, on that soul level, you are saying to your soul, I can be all of me. I am perfect, and I get to be me in this life, because isn't that what life is all about? Like, even if for a moment you put aside, you know, the getting the results in your business and getting the clients and making more money and those kind of things that of course you want to do, even if you put that to the side and you just thought about this from a living a full life perspective, do you really want to live your life by dimming your light and being afraid of what other people think? Like, when you look back, if you got the chance to look back, would you really think like, yeah, I did such a good job of like limiting myself and holding myself back? Like, no. So even just from a life perspective, we want to be practicing being ourselves and building that trust in who we are and giving our souls permission to soar and actually be like all the biggest, fullest expression of us. And certainly in our business, by the way, when we do that, we really start magnetizing those soul clients, because your soul clients can only see you if you allow yourself to be seen. And if you're dimming your light, you're like the lighthouse who turns off the light. You're saving no boats. You're saving no boats. You're not feeling good. You'll pull yourself down, and probably because you are a creative, you are a change maker, you are someone with gifts to share in this world, you'll probably start falling into that place of depression and stress and horrible things. And it's because you flicked off your light, and because you're not doing the thing that you were born to do, and you know you were born to do. And so the only way really is to lean into it and gather evidence. So this is one of the things I used to do, and it's a brilliant little tip here. My God, time's flying. I can't believe how long we've been going, and I've got loads that I still wanted to share with you. So one little tip. I had evidence jar. So every single time I gave myself permission to do the thing that scared me, to be all of me, to speak my truth, to charge the amount of money I wanted to charge, to show up in the way that I wanted to, and good things happen because of that, I would write it down and I'd put it in my evidence jar. And so if you're having a day then when you're wobbling, maybe you're putting out a new program and you're thinking, what can I charge for this? You can get your little evidence jar out and you can be like, hang on a minute. Remember who the hell I am. Remember that when I'm all of me, when I shine my light brightly, that's when I get the results. Of course, that's when you get the results, right? And so then you can feel safe and secure and good about going with the price you want to put things at. And the third thing, because I really need to move forward, so I really have got some more stuff that's really important to share with you here, is the lighthouse knows its territory. Let me tell you what I mean by that. From that place of scarcity, from that place of being the lighthouse, running around trying to find the clients, that's not how it works. And in that space, what I see is people thinking they need to be on all the platforms all the time, and they put all their time and effort into post here, post here, post here, post here, post here, post here, and they're worn out and drained and not really even doing the work that creates the leverage. So the lighthouse knows its territory, and what I mean by that is you know where you stand, you know where you shine your light, you know where that light shines. You have a home, so you choose. Maybe it's Facebook that you go, this is my home and this is where I'm really making a difference and sharing my voice fully. Maybe you have a second one, but you don't have like a million different places that you're sharing, only showing up at like half full, and instead you really honor, this is my space, this is where I'm putting down my roots, and this is where I'm shining brightly so I can have maximum impact. So instead of little bit, we can be here and shine brightly. And this is where the likes, and it really frustrates me a little bit. I love Gary Vee, I think he's awesome, but he will really tell you need to be everywhere on every platform, like posting a trillion times a day. Well, that's honestly, that is, I actually do like the hustle, but that is like such masculine hustle that it can take us massively out of alignment. You feel busy, you feel like you're doing everything, you don't honor your own needs, and you're not really growing your business from that place of connection. This is where we need to bring in our feminine energy a little bit more, which is about going deeper. And it's about creating deeper connections, and it's about really building a beautiful tribe, and it's about making a home, right? Like in our feminine energy, that's what we naturally want to do. We don't want to be the man, sow our seeds necessarily all over the place. That's the masculine way of doing it. The feminine way of doing it is to build a home, to make a community, to nurture that community, to really build that connection and relationships, okay? And from that place, it will feel so much easier and it will feel so much more aligned. So know your home and shine your light brightly from that place. So what I wanted to share with you next is a visibility checklist. Okay, are you still with me? Are you enjoying this content? Give me a little like, hey, this is where I'm at. Have you got any questions so far? Now, if you had Gary's team and the money, you could be everywhere. Yes, you totally could, of course. How do you find this? Give me some love hearts if you're having fun. If you've got a specific question, feel free to put it through. We really are going for it. So visibility checklist. Are you ready to hear the checklist? These are the things that you need to be really thinking about in your business to grow your visibility. This is part of the strategy. This is part of the action. This is like the masculine energy a little bit, but we want to move into this. And in a moment, I'm going to move back into the feminine. So what I want you to do as I read through these is I want you to give yourself a score 1 to 10. 10 means hell yes, owning it, doing it. 1 is not at all, whoops. So I want you to give yourself a score. You can type it in if you want to. You could do like Q1 and give yourself a score, Q2 and give yourself a score, because I'd obviously love to see them. But otherwise, just do it for yourself on a piece of paper so you have that clarity. So the visibility checklist. Question number 1. How fully do you know the platforms you are posting on and where on those platforms? So how fully do you have that home in place? That's question 1. Score of 1 to 10. 10, yes, I'm super clear. This is my space. This is how I do it. This is or no, I'm still figuring it out and I'm still posting everywhere and I'm still trying to be the person who does it all. So that's the first one. Just answer it quickly. We'll carry on. Question number 2. How often are you showing up? So this isn't, don't answer this in terms of, well, I'm showing up 5 times a day or 7 times a day. Because when I say how fully are you showing up, yes, I mean how often, but I also mean how fully. How fully are you being you? Or are you showing up but holding back? You know what I mean? So it's not just about how often you're posting, it's about how fully are you showing up. Scale of 1 to 10. Pop it in. Question number 3. How are you connecting with new potential clients? One of the mistakes I see gorgeous women making in their business is they keep on sharing to their audience, but they're not growing the audience. It's really important that we grow our audience and we have things in place that make that audience growth easy. I'm going to be going more into this week. But how fully are you connecting with new potential clients? Question number 4. I know I'm going pretty quick through this. Are we okay? Are you keeping up with me? Are you ready for question number 4? Okay. Question number 4 is, how fully are you positioning yourself as the expert? This triggers lots of people because their little ego kicks off and goes, but I'm not an expert. Yes, you are an expert. Own it. You know what you do. You can create transformations. You are absolutely a freaking expert. Are you showing up as the expert though? So that's question number 4. Question number 5, are you building know, like, and trust consistently with your audience, or are you really sporadic? Do you go through those phases where you're there and you're awesome and you're on fire, and then maybe you fall away and you disappear and you forget about your business, or stuff goes on and your ego gets the better of you, and then you suddenly show up again? So that was question number 5. How are you building that know, like, and trust, and how consistent are you with that? Question number 6, are you converting your audience to paying clients who love what you do? How fully are you converting your audience to paying clients who love what you do? Because again, this is one of the places where people are making mistakes, falling down that little rabbit hole a little bit, getting in their own heads, ego stopping them. And that's why you might have a beautiful community, you're making an impact, but you're not making the income that you deserve because you're overthinking it, and there's blocks in the way of that receiving. So, okay, lots of numbers coming through. Some high, some lower, some mix, doing money making activities. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm coming back to this. So remember this, hopefully you've written it down. I want you to think about this. Just notice for a moment, where can you be showing up more in terms of this visibility? Where do you need to be putting something in place to support you in being more visible? Is it that you have a schedule in your diary? Or is it that you give yourself permission to mess up? Is it that you plan it at a weekend? Like, what's your way of working? Because everyone's different, right? Personally, I don't like pre-planning content. I'm quite a in the moment. I will write it as it flows through me and I'll share it from that place, and I like operating from that perspective, which is a bit more of the feminine, right? But if you prefer to plan and actually have that structure in your business, then how are you putting that structure there to support yourself in being visible, knowing that your visibility is directly related to the income that you're receiving in your business and the impact that you're making? So this visibility, taking the action, showing up, it's all part of that doing energy, more of the masculine energy. What I want to do to finish today, and then I'm going to share with you your tasks. So we're getting there. We're nearly there, people. I'm super impressed that you've showed up. By the way, we've got so much more to cover this week. I've got some epic days. Some days are going to be a little bit less and a bit easier, and some days are going to be big and epic and all the things. I would love to hear, just before I dive into this final section, what's your biggest takeaway so far from today? What's your biggest takeaway so far? Audience growth structures, some planning, but mostly just getting out there and doing it consistently. Gorgeous, Emma. Mostly ones and zeros. I'm here because I want to do something about this. Lucy, that's gorgeous. You made that decision. You know you're ready. So don't beat yourself up. Do not from this place be like, oh, but instead celebrate the fact that you are here. You made that decision. You're making that commitment now, and you get to change it. Okay. And I love that. I love that you're here and you're showing up for yourself now. And that's beautiful. You need to lose a J job, yes, because of course that makes a difference. Believe in your ideas more. You've got to show up consistently. Be the lighthouse. Gorgeous. Some of the ahas that are coming through. Beautiful. So I want to go into the being energy a little bit, and what I want to talk about is you claiming your throne, you choosing to be the queen. Now, as I say this, some of you might be like, well, I don't want to be a queen. Hang on a minute. What are you talking about queen energy for all of a second? I don't want to be a queen. I used to have this huge block around queen energy because for me, it felt, there was something icky around it. And it was only actually this year, yes, 2020, the beginning of the year, I did some real deep inner work around the queen energy and the queen archetype. And I realized that, you know what, it's time for me to own this energy. And so I want to do this with you today. Now, if when I said queen energy and like owning your queendom and claiming your throne, if you were like, hell yes, then you're obviously like, you're in the right energy to really move forward with this. If there was a part of you that was like, yeah, I don't do queen energy, then what I say is lean into this and play with this and see where it takes you, because there'll be some really juicy stuff that you can get from it, because you're in real resistance to your inner queen right now. So we're going to do a little visualization. Let's think about this, like queen energy. Why is my hair such a mess today? I really should have just like actually straightened it or curled it or something, shouldn't I? Being all of me. Anyway, queen energy is all about operating from flow, operating from trust, operating from certainty, owning your value, and really coming from that place of abundance, right? Queen energy is strong and regal. It's leadership, but it's knowing that actually by being the queen, by taking care of your own needs, you really do create a beautiful impact and a beautiful ripple effect out into the world. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take you through a little visualization. It's not going to be very long, to really connect you in to the claiming of your throne, so that you can start showing up in that queen energy, so that you automatically honor yourself that little bit more, so that you automatically trust the journey a little bit more, and so that you're operating in your business from a place of abundance as you take action, as you grow it, as you talk to clients, as you market, as you create funnels, as you do all of these things. You do it from a place of abundance and just huge potential, as opposed to that place of scarcity and fear and, oh my god, this has got to work. And this is where for me the queen energy really comes in. Not to mention the fact that it's about you owning the fact that you are a leader. So you know what I was saying earlier about being the expert? This is where queen energy really comes in for me, because a queen absolutely knows her value and she is an unapologetic leader. And so this is about you starting to see yourself as the incredible, powerful leader that you truly are. So what I want you to do, I'm going to keep my eyes open because otherwise it's a bit weird, but what I'd like you to do, if possible, as long as you're not driving or something, is just close your eyes, take a deep breath in and release it. Just get comfortable. Notice where you've got any little bits of tension that you need to shake off. Take another deep breath in and release it slowly. And just before we go into this, doing a quick body scan from the top of your head, down through your neck, shoulders, arms, spine, hips, legs, knees, ankles, and planting your feet firmly on the floor. Beautiful. Taking one more deep breath in and relaxing into yourself. And what I'd like you to do right now, in your mind's eye, I'd like you to imagine a beautiful, thick, red carpet rolled out in front of you. And as you look down this red carpet, you glance up and see the most incredible hallway. It's ornate, it's beautiful, it's decorated so gorgeously, and you feel so connected to this space. So as you look up and as you glance at the walls and at the space as a whole, you notice there are so many aspects that really speak to you, that have your energy, your vibration rippling through them. And this place feels expansive. And this place feels so filled with love and potential. And as you notice this beautiful red carpet, you take your first step onto the carpet, feeling how thick it is, how thick and luxurious it is. And one step at a time, you begin walking down this beautiful red carpet. You come to some big, beautiful doors. You push the doors open, and inside there is the most incredible, ornate room, filled with people sitting on chairs either side of you. It's grand and it's luxurious, and you feel so at home here. And you know inside of you that you are ready to claim your throne. You know that you're ready to step up and lead your queendom. And so you walk slowly, regally, down this red carpet, really just taking in the beautiful energy, feeling all that love and connection to every single person in this room, knowing that you can help and support them by honoring your light, by being unapologetic, by being the queen and being the leader. And you get to 3 steps. And when you glance up past these steps, you see the most incredible throne. It's the throne of your dreams. You take those 3 steps and you turn around and you face your queendom. You face all these people that you support, all these lives that you impact, all these people that you help every single day. And as you look out at all these people, these are your soul clients. These are the lives that you can change from the knowledge that you have, from the gifts that you have, from the journey that you've been on, what you've learned during that journey. These are the lives that you can positively impact. And as you look at all these people, I want you to notice that huge gratitude inside of you for having these gifts and for this being available for you. The fact that you get to make a difference, the fact that you get to shine brightly, the fact that you get to create this gorgeous ripple effect in the world by being all of you. And as you feel this gratitude and you feel that connection to every single person in the room, a little girl walks up to you. A beautiful little girl in a white dress. She reminds you of yourself as a child. And in her hands, she's carrying a gift. And this gift symbolizes something that you need to allow yourself to receive in order to fully own your crown. I'll say that again. The gift that this gorgeous little girl has for you symbolizes something that you need to allow and receive within yourself so that you can fully wear your crown. And you notice the gift that's in her hands and you take it graciously from her and you give her a hug or a little kiss on the cheek and you thank her and you feel filled with love and feel filled with hope and excitement that you get to receive this gift now that's going to help you make a bigger impact, that's going to help you grow this business and help you support more people and also help you to receive richly for the work that you do. And then gently you just notice this gift, hold it to your heart, and as you do that, a second person approaches you. This second person is a mom. You can feel her nurturing energy flowing from her. In her arms, she has a gorgeous little bundle baby and she comes towards you. And again, she also has a gift for you. Another gift that symbolizes something you get to allow within yourself, acknowledge within yourself, let yourself receive. That's going to help you own that crown fully. And you notice the gift. You take it, you thank her, maybe you give the baby a little kiss or a pat. She gives a little curtsy and off she goes. And again, you hold the gift to your heart and you feel that gratitude and you feel your own power inside of you really starting to ignite. You start to tap into that huge potential that you have. You start to remember who you are, that you are a powerful woman, you are a change maker, you are here for a reason. And it's now that you get to actually wear that throne and make a difference in your queendom. And then you glance and there's a third person. And this is the wise woman. And as she approaches you, you feel all her knowledge. She has this beautiful, beautiful energy around her. And again, she holds out her hand. And in it, there's another object, the third and final object that symbolizes something you need to allow or receive within yourself right now to really step up, activate your powers, get out of your own way, shine unapologetically and make the difference you were born to make, but also receive richly so you can live the life that you want to live. So this is no longer a battle and filled with stress and fear, but instead you are operating from that place of abundance, that place of knowing, that place of trusting. And so again, you thank the wise woman and off she goes. And as you hold all these 3 gifts, someone comes behind you and the music starts playing and you feel them place that crown on your head. And as they place that crown on your head, the energy flows through you. It's almost as if your whole body is lit up. It's like every single cell becomes energized and transforms. And it's a transformation that happens deep inside of your soul. It's an allowing, it's a being, it's a trusting, it's a becoming, it's a knowing, and it's a hell yes, I am ready. And with that energy, you're going to come back into yourself right now, still feeling that energy zinging around of you and knowing deeply, strongly inside you now that you are ready to do this. Yes. There are going to be times when you mess up. Yes, there are going to be times when it doesn't work out the way that you thought it would. Yes, there are going to be times when it might feel a bit difficult, but you get to put on your crown and operate from that place of abundance and trust and flow, because you are here for a reason and you get to choose this every single day. How are you feeling? Tell me how you're feeling. I want to hear. What ahas did you have from that little visualization? It was only a quick one, but it can really release some amazing things inside of us. So what ahas did you have? What were the gifts that you received? And do you see how they symbolize what you need to allow and receive within yourself in order to step up and do this in a bigger way, but also in a way that's filled with more ease? Less of the stress, less of the scarcity, less of the running around being the lifeboat, and instead being the lighthouse and owning and wearing your crown. Boom. Okay, empowered, it's phenomenal. You feel like a queen. Yes. Incredible. I'd love to hear back what some of those gifts were. Emotional, buzzing, empowered. I needed to love that inner child too. That's gorgeous, Sally. Wow, I was lit up with golden light. That's amazing, Sabina. It's lovely to hear. So I'd love to keep hearing that. Keep popping them in. So as you're typing those things in, let's finally wrap up this session. It's been amazing to be with you here today. I can't wait for tomorrow. Please choose to show up and really honor yourself this week. I know it's a lot of time. I know it's effort, but this is the stuff that's really going to help you transform your business and move forwards this week. So your action for today, just a reminder, like the video, comment on the video, and the action is, there's 2 parts to today, but they're both quite easy. Step 1, identify one thing you can leverage from your visibility checklist to magnetize your results. So what can you do from that visibility checklist? What one thing can you change or do differently in that to start making a bigger impact in terms of your visibility? That's one. I will type this in a moment in the thing. So number 1, one thing you can do from that visibility checklist to get more visible. And the second one is, what's one new way of being, wearing that crown, that you can start implementing now, that again is going to help you move forward. So 2 questions to answer them in one thing, post them in the Woman on the Rise group, post them in this group because I want to see them, and as much as possible I'm going to comment, I'm going to look at them. I want to see where you're at with this. So one thing you can do in terms of visibility, and one thing you can do in terms of that being the queen, allowing it, receiving it, trusting it. Hope you've really enjoyed today. I look forward to seeing you the rest of this week. Let me just tell you, Thursday is a really big day. I mean, every day there's lots to share, but Thursday specifically, I'm really excited to be diving into the content for that day, because that's going to make a big difference in your business. Friday, I've got something really exciting to share with you for those of you who enjoy this week and go, yes, I want to move forward. But there's also a huge amount of content that's coming your way Friday as well as me officially opening the doors to something that's going to be freaking amazing. It's brand new, it's incredible, and I think you're gonna love it. And so I just wanted to share that briefly. I can still see those gorgeous comments coming through, which are gorgeous. I'm gonna have a read through these as soon as I actually get off here. Gifts, hammer for breaking down. Oh, Holly, I'm gonna read this, everyone, love this. Gifts, a hammer for breaking down barriers, a broken heart fused back to gold. Wow, my vulnerability is my beauty. And a joke book, don't take it all too seriously. Wow, Holly, I absolutely love those gifts that you got. They're incredible. Your wows were the 3 people placing the crown, emotional. My gifts of love, loyalty, and wisdom, I give thanks. Beautiful. These are gorgeous. Thank you for showing up fully. Really think about how can you take what we've talked through today, which is a huge amount. We've talked through loads. How can you take this and just maybe just one thing, right? I don't know if you've read the book, The One Thing. It's a good book, but how could you take one thing and implement it that over time is going to make a really big difference? I will see you here 10:30 live tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Thank you for playing Full Out. Definitely do the task. Tag me in if you want to so that I see it. Sending lots of love to you all. Mwah! You are all queens. Own your queendom. And I will see you for the next 4 days of the challenge, where we're going to be kicking ass, going deeper. There's going to be more strategy, more soul. We're doing it all. Bye.